Hey guys, it's Suzanne and welcome to my 55-week update. So this week I wanted to talk about something that I got in an email, and it's a question that I get asked quite a bit, and I think there's a little bit of confusion or just maybe differencing of opinions about certain foods with keto. So I just kind of want to address it and let you know my opinion of it, and then of course, like everything like that I tell you with keto, you have to do what works for you. So ultimately, that's what it comes down to. So I got an email asking me, hey, do I have to have all organic foods with keto? I can't afford it. I was going to start, but I've been seeing all these things about how I can't have anything unless it's like whole, organic, pastured food. And so here is my thought. When possible, of course, the best food quality is going to be pastured, organic, all of the above. That is definitely going to be your best to focus on eating mostly whole foods, non-processed, in their most simple form. Now, here's where lifestyle comes in. In my opinion, I feel that if you have a busy morning and you need to grab something to go and it may be processed, but it's low in carb, I'm personally okay with that. I think the focus should be on whole foods as much as possible. But I think that sometimes people get a little bit too black and white, and you have to be able to live this lifestyle, because the most perfect plan is not going to do you any good if you can't stick to it. So just please try to be open-minded and considerate to other people, because everybody has a different lifestyle and a different schedule. So some people may have time to have every meal cooked at home, all organic, all great. And then some people may be on a budget or, working several jobs and not have the time to have all home cooked meals. So, everyone's going to do things differently. And so don't feel like you have to fit in a certain box. I think as long as we start shifting the focus to cutting out the sugar, whole foods when possible, as much as possible. But also be realistic that this is a lifestyle and you need something that you're going to be able to do for the long haul. So let's go ahead and get to my 55-week weigh-in. Good morning, guys, and welcome to my 55-week weigh-in. $185.8. So that's a loss of 0.8 pounds since last week, and a 55-week loss of 103.2 pounds. So it's definitely really exciting to just see that I am 10 pounds away from the weight that was originally my goal weight. As I've told you guys, I really don't have a goal weight anymore. Originally, I had it set up to be 175, and it is cool to see that I'm getting closer to that, but my shift has really moved towards being healthy and happy and comfortable. So I won't really know until I get there, and I know that this is always going to be a work in progress and something that I'm always going to have to stay on top of. So, I don't really see this as ending at a certain point. It's just going to be lifestyle change and always being aware of my eating habits. One thing that I think is something that I've been thinking about a lot lately is, I don't know if you guys have ever felt this way, but I remember just kind of going out and feeling like, I wonder if the first thing that someone notices about me is like, wow, she's really overweight. And it's such a weird thing because, it's not really tied in with vanity per se. It's just kind of like not wanting to always be targeted as like, hey, like there's a fat person or there's somebody who's lazy. It's like these stereotypes that maybe people weren't even thinking, but, I had kind of had this self-reflection of, wow, like this is how I feel about myself. So I was always, when someone would look at me, I would kind of wonder like, gosh, they're probably thinking something negative or bad about me. And it's kind of nice to now go out and not feel that, like just not feel anything at all about standing out or being, just judged or anything like that. Like I just feel like at this point, I can kind of just go out and be me and not worry so heavily about, am I in somebody's way or am I taking too much room? Am I going to fit in this chair at this restaurant? Those are the things that I think are a really cool non-scale victory for me this week. So let's go ahead and get to this week's Keto Spotlight. This week's Keto Spotlight is on one of my absolute favorite low-carb, high-fat bloggers, and that is Jess Page, LCHF. I will link all of her different social media accounts and her blog down below. She is a great resource for all things low-carb, high-fat. And after seeing the way that eating ketogenic has changed her dad's life and his health, she has now put a lot of focus into informing the masses about the health benefits of a low-carb, high-fat lifestyle. And she just has a lot of really awesome recipes and information that she puts out. So definitely check that out. So let me tell you about Jess and her dad. Jessica's dad's name is Peter, and he is 59 years old and 6'1". He started the ketogenic diet 5 years ago at 320 pounds. He currently weighs 225 pounds, which is a total weight loss of 95 pounds. Jessica started keto a year and a half ago at 158 pounds. She currently weighs 137 pounds, which is a total weight loss of 21 pounds. So they have lost a combined amount of 116 pounds. So thumbs up to Jess and her dad Peter for losing a combined 116 pounds and, more importantly, regaining their health. So I asked Jess what her favorite foods are on keto, and her favorites are crispy pork belly and shakshuka. And she has the recipes on her blog, which I will have linked down below. They both look amazing. And I asked Jess what her advice would be to someone who is new or starting keto, and she said, keep it simple. All the low-carb products out there aren't necessary for your health and might actually hinder it. Stick to eating real foods and you're already on the right track. Don't overthink it. And I agree with Jess that the real food is going to be your best bet. My point is just don't be too hard on yourself. This has to be a lifestyle change. Try to do real food as much as possible because that's going to be what's the best for you. But don't be too hard on yourself. So, this has to be a lifestyle change. And if you can just little by little improve everything that you're eating, you're going to end up in the long haul just being much happier and much healthier. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next week. Have a wonderful week. Bye.